All right, this is how to make more money with B2B paid ads with OCC. So what is OCC? Well, let's just get into it. So of course, O is your offer. Now, your offer is not your product or service that you're advertising in your ad. It's a combination of the things around it. And it's actually the entire process and experience that the customer is going to have when they go through with you and choose to use you for your service. So these are 4 things that you can actually include in your offer today that will improve the chance that you're actually going to get more conversions from your paid ads because your offer is way more attractive. So these are 4 things that I've done. I've tried a whole bunch of stuff. This is just the stuff that I find works the best. So the first one is instant wins. If you can advertise an element of your service where they're going to get an immediate return on either their time or on their money within 48 hours of them actually signing up and joining your team, then that's really huge. So an example of this would be like database reactivation campaigns where you're SMSing or emailing out their lists and getting appointments and things like that booked in. These are huge wins that you can get right off the bat. And if you get advertised that, it's going to be very attractive and it will reverse some of the risk of them paying you because they're getting an immediate return on that money. Speaking of reducing risk, using guarantees and refunds, everyone knows this, but if you don't have some sort of refund or guarantee, especially if you require a 3-month minimum sign-up clause, you're not going to be able to compete with people who do have refund guarantees. So having refund guarantees is very important. Free stuff, there can literally be anything, but any sort of thing that you can throw in for free in your service will massively improve the chance that you're going to convert people because you can include that in your ads. So you can say, comes with a free account audit or comes with a free website conversion audit or something like that. These things are actually very valuable to business owners who are switched on. And if you can add those into free inside of your offer, along with your normal service, you will get better results with your ads. And then performance-based billing, partial or full. So that's basically just if you have, a smaller retainer and then you have the rest of your commission-based fees, or you have some sort of other performance-based billing involved, or you do entirely performance-based billing, which I don't really recommend, but having at least some component of it being performance-based, I found has done really well in terms of converting traffic from paid ads. So if you don't have at least one of these components in your offer, it's likely that your ads probably aren't working, because every time that I've ran ads and I haven't included any of these, my CPAs have been really high and my cost per link clicks are really high as well. So the second thing, onto the first C, we have creative. Now, this is one thing that a lot of people are sort of stressed about or don't really know what to do when it comes to paid ads. But really with creative in B2B, it's really just about your offer. So your creative in B2B niches can be text only because all they need to do is actually just present the offer to your potential prospect. Having said that though, creative is still important because if your creative is terrible, it isn't going to work. So these are some things that I've found when making ads that have really helped me at least reduce CPAs just on the creative end. So the first thing is video ads are more trustworthy. So, you might not be good in front of the camera, that's fine, but video ads do create a lot more trust and people do watch videos more than they stop on photos. So you are missing out on a massive chunk of your potential target market if you don't do videos, because people can't see your face in still image ads. So I would strongly recommend getting someone, even if it's not you, to get in front of the camera and record some scripts, because you can also convey a lot more information in a video ad. Showing results early in your ads. So basically in the first 5 to 10 seconds of a video, I would be showing results. It's very difficult to show results in a still image creative. You can do it, but I think it's quite difficult to convey that unless you're doing a carousel, and carousels, in my opinion, just haven't been performing very well in B2B. So I would focus more on showing results in your videos. But if you're not doing videos, you're probably going to have to rely on your landing page to show results and prove to the people that they actually are going to get good results from using you. Calling out problems, not just audiences. So this is one thing that I think you can make a big improvement on, especially if you already have some ads that are working. So, if you're calling out chiropractors or you're calling out dentists or something like that, keep doing that, but also include a problem in your call out and experiment with which one performs better on your creative. Generally, if you can get down to the problem that your potential customer is actually experiencing, so with chiropractors, what is the real problem that they're having? If you can find that and put that in your ads, you're going to do way better. And then the fourth thing, and this one is the most important when it comes to creative to understand, is your offer is the most important, then your copy, and then the design of the ad. If you have a really good offer and you just write a really well-written, short, punchy text on a white background, your ad will do really well. It doesn't matter how you design it. It doesn't need to be flashy or animated or anything. The offer and the copy will carry it. So if you're stressing a lot about the design, the colors, the images, the animations on an ad, don't worry about that at all. Fix your offer first and then make really good copy on the ad as well. If you do that, your ad will convert regardless of the design. So don't stress too much about the design. Some of my best ads have had the most boring backgrounds, boring designs, and they've converted really well, getting like $20, $30 booked calls. So would strongly recommend, just focusing on your offer and copy. But yeah, don't be lazy with just doing text ads. I know a lot of people sort of just like go into doing text ads and they just whack anything on. This is a good example of like what a terrible text ad is and then what a good one is. So chiropractors looking for new patients, ? Or how we booked out a chiropractor for 90 days for $2,300. Which one of these sounds more interesting? Which one of them are you actually going to tap that learn more button on realistically? If you're a chiropractor, it's obviously going to be this one. So that just shows, again, what I was talking about here is like copy does make a really big difference when you're talking about it, even if the offer for these two things is exactly the same. There's basically no offer. So yeah, focus on your copy in your ad creative. And the final C is conversion. So conversion basically representing where you're sending that traffic to. You need to figure out if your ads are actually the problem or if it is where you're sending that traffic, because it could be your landing page. And if it's your landing page, you need to focus all of your effort on fixing that, because that's where you're going to get the best return on your time and you don't need to make crazy new ads. So if your cost per link clicks are reasonable, just focus your attention on your landing page. A lot of people are trying to improve their cost per clicks from like $6 to $5, only, making a 20% or whatever improvement. But you could put that effort into moving your conversion rate from 5 to 10%, and you're now doubling the amount of leads or booked calls that you're getting, which is huge. So these are a few things that I have added to my landing pages that have made a big difference, and also for people who I make landing pages for. So one headline at the top that corresponds with the ad. If you want to get high level and you're spending a lot more on ads, doing this depending on the ad is very important. So I would actually have if you're running 5 different ads, I'd have 5 different landing pages that all have different headlines that correspond with the ad. If you're spending hundreds of dollars a day and you're sending all of the traffic to one landing page, you are just wasting your money, genuinely. If you only have a few ads that are actually able to spend and you're not spending that much, like $50 a day or less, you can get away with just having one headline and sending it to the same exact landing page and just use the most popular headline. But don't overcomplicate the headline. Don't have sub headlines and all that. Just have one headline with the problem and solution that you're presenting, and then go into the next step, which is your social proof, your case studies, and your testimonials. If you don't have these, you need to get them, whether it's just like Loom walkthroughs of high level accounts or results that you've gotten for someone, if you can't get them to actually get you a testimonial. But if you don't have this, your conversion rate is going to tank massively. So make sure you do this. And then the third thing, having a simple form and book a call. So having something that has a whole bunch of questions, animations, using like surveys that, jump around and have conditional logic are going to hurt your conversion rate and make people fall off. So doing that is very strongly not recommended. Don't just have like a super complicated form for no reason because you think it's going to improve your lead quality. You should have a simple, easy to use form, but what you want to use is intelligent friction. So this is the main thing that I want to emphasize if you're getting a lot of low quality leads in your funnel, is have friction that is actually going to prevent the lowest quality leads from making it through, and the highest quality leads are going to be more likely to answer those questions. So questions include things like, employee count, what's the biggest problem you're facing. If you're asking questions that are short answer and asking them to actually think, it's going to get people who are a lot more invested to be answering the questions rather than if you're doing multiple choice or drop downs. That's one of the problems with doing surveys, is because since they're easy to tap and they're quite engaging, you're going to get lower quality leads from that. So I would strongly recommend having a simple form, but also having questions that are short answer, so that even though it's easy to fill out, you actually have to think, and you're going to weed out people who are just filling it out for the sake of it and are not really thinking about how your service might actually be able to help them. But yeah, that's my summary of the 3 things that you should be focusing on to make more money from paid ads. This is obviously for B2B stuff, but there may be some stuff that you can use for your B2C as well. So if you got some value out of this, leave a like or a subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.